Hey, Broadman, you know what you're listening to?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, the Film Slice podcast.
You got it, mate?
How come I'm not involved in these?
Jordan, can you please be quiet while we're doing this?
Hey team, Angus Dragon here, and welcome to the Film Slice podcast. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Kane Diggly Wiggly Kane Dogs,
Hi.
and Bro Diddly Doo Richardicus Richards.
Help.
What is up, gentlemen?
I have a small migraine, and as a result, that will be reflected in my reviewing of today's
super.
movie.
Good to know. All right, everyone, keep that in mind. I hope everyone else at home is doing super as well. How are you guys? Yeah, cool. All right.
Right in.
This week we reviewed Rampage. Rampage. Kane Dogs, you want to hit us up with a little IMDb summary just to get our minds back into it?
Because it was so forgettable. Alright.
First, the IMDb summary song. Take it away, John.
Fuck off. Stop making me do songs.
We brought you this guitar.
Do you have an instrument? I'll play an instrument. Bro, do you have an instrument? It's the IMDb as read out by me. You're welcome. When 3 different animals become infected with the dangerous pathogen, the primatologist and the geneticist team up to stop them from destroying Chicago.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what happened, kind
That's
of.
right.
Based on the 90s video game of the same name.
Yes, there you go. Very, very loosely based, I'm guessing, because wasn't it like a arcade game? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
an
what's
arcade game
amazing?
where you play as 3 giant monsters and you get points for smashing stuff.
Yeah, it's Ralph, Lizzie,
It's pretty
and
close.
George.
Yeah. All right. Now, you lads know that every week I put up on Twitter which movie we're reviewing this week, and I asked people to give us their thoughts on the movie.
And no one writes
There,
back.
7 cents.
No one writes back. Well, guess what?
No one wrote back.
No, we got one.
Nice.
We got
Got
one.
one.
Now, I'm officially giving him this title, long-term listener, Connor Kelly.
Connor.
Yeah,
We've heard from him before.
We've heard from him before.
Yeah.
A few
Cool.
times. We wrote, look what we're reviewing next, blah, 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 blah. We're reviewing Rampage. He replied to us, what day are you guys seeing Infinity War? Will you do a review?
No, we're skipping Infinity War. We thought we're only going to do shit B-grade movies. We're not...
No, I'm so keen on Infinity War.
I
I almost cried when I saw the latest trailer. It was just really emotional for me. I was like, oh my god.
I'm
Oh
only
my god, it
doing...
looks so much better than the other films we've got to review.
I'm only doing this podcast so that I can
To
review
do
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War. Yeah.
After that, I'm
Jordan's
retiring.
out after that, yeah.
Very good. So a good
Tune in next week for Jordan's final podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it Anzac Day, Wednesday.
Yeah,
Day
yeah,
it comes out.
keen.
I've already booked my tickets, mate.
Done.
Nice.
Me too. Cool. That's a good segue into. I've actually been doing a countdown, not on Twitter. We've actually started a Film Slice Instagram page.
Now, hold on. You say we, however, it's been going for over a week, and I found out about it a couple of days ago.
Well, it's been going for less than a week. It's actually been going for like 6 days.
Well, I found out 4 days ago.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So,
Surprise.
but yep, we all run the Instagram page.
So yes, we've got. I decided to open an Instagram page because I've just found out I really hate Twitter. I just really hate it.
I hate
just
it too
can't-
because I'm
can't do
following 3 people, one of them being us, and my Twitter goes off every 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's shocking.
the
Yeah.
most annoying thing in the world.
I just really dislike Twitter. So, if you do follow us on Twitter, don't worry. I'll still make sure I put some stuff up on Twitter. But we also have an Instagram page called Film Slice Pod. Easy to find. And we do little drawings. We're doing an Infinity War countdown with little cartoons that I drew.
I'm going to
It's
start
pretty good.
contributing
Check it out.
my drawings to
Please do.
the Instagram page.
Please do.
I went to follow us on Instagram, but it's been so long since I logged in that it's asked me to put my password in, and I can't remember it. So I'll try and get that done.
And I've been tagging
Sometimes
you in
you-
all of the pictures as well.
I've been following someone called Brody Richards who posts daily, so... Ooh.
Anyway, that is housekeeping done. I guess we better move into our first segment. When did you see the movie, and what did you think?
When did you see the movie? What did you think? Do you like the movie? None of the shit.
I saw it, like a week ago, and it was a stinking pile of crap. Very forgettable. Until about 30 minutes ago, I forgot that's the movie we were reviewing.
Yeah.
It's... Don't see it.
Birdman, when did you see the movie and what did you think?
Saw it about 4 or 5 days ago. One of the two. Yeah, it was pretty meh.
I saw this movie probably about 5 days ago, and the only thing I can remember from it is that it was rubbish.
It was...
Absolute rubbish.
Now look, I know
Would
that
not recommend at all.
cinemas turn out these films often
Oh,
enough,
yeah.
but this one, like, they really wrote it off. Like,
Yeah.
they really phoned this one in. Every actor in it really
Absolute
phoned
rubbish.
it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Even I didn't even like Dwayne.
Didn't even
He
like
didn't do it for me. I think the best actor was the CGI monkey. But we'll
Okay,
get
fair enough.
but we'll get into it.
I just got an Instagram update that says Brody Richards has started following me.
Oh, nice.
Just started following Jordan. There you go.
Good on you. Good on you. So I guess we move on to would you recommend it and who'd you recommend it to? I feel like this segment's going to be quite short.
Look,
This
No,
is Jordan
stretch it
trying
out,
to
man.
string out his
Stretch
answer.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. No.
no. No, I wouldn't. If you're following, like, Dwayne Johnson and he's your favorite actor and all of that, this, like, you kind of get by watching him in this, but for me...
No, go watch Be Cool. It's a much better Dwayne Johnson film.
Really? I've never seen it. Is
Yeah,
it?
you should watch
Yep.
it.
Okay, cool. For me, even he didn't save this.
Mm.
Like, the scenes he was in almost angered me more than the scenes he wasn't in, just because of how dumb they clearly wanted him to be, and how green screen so many scenes were.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would recommend.
Look over to Brode. Broadman, how's the CGI in this film?
It was so bad.
It was rubbish.
There was not
Absolute rubbish.
There was not a single moment in this where I thought anything was real. There was not a single moment.
Even things that it would have been easy enough for them to make real.
Yeah.
They CGI'd it in because they couldn't be bothered going out on the day and filming it.
I think this film was maybe 3 weeks of filming, and then maybe like 3 months of.
Yeah, they can only get
editing.
3 weeks with Dwayne Johnson. The amount of films that he does.
Yeah,
He's
well,
too
that's
busy on other. He's got
On other better films.
that skyscraper film comes out, or is out as well. Apparently,
yeah,
that's better.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it? Oh, Broadman, do you want to go first? No,
Sure,
I'm
no.
going to go first. Yeah. Okay,
Cool.
well, you beat me to it.
Tick that off.
I also think no.
if you want to see a giant monster film, go watch King Kong or watch Godzilla.
Yeah.
If you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you want to not watch the movie and make out with them in the back, see this one because
That's
you'll
very
miss
true.
nothing. This is the
Yes.
type of movie you go specifically to not watch.
Yeah, you won't get any enjoyment out of anything else.
Nope.
Got him. So, I like to talk about this before we get into it because I know a lot of podcasts that have reviewed this I've listened to and they've all kind of said the same thing. But I'd be interested to hear from you. Rotten Tomatoes has given this a 50, which isn't a good score.
Oh, they said
For
it's the
Rotten
best video
Tomatoes.
game movie, isn't it? For
Tomb
Rotten
Raider,
Tomatoes.
Tomb Raider that just came out is 49.
What?
So
Tomb Raider
they-
was so much better
So
than this.
people are saying that this is better than Tomb Raider and the best video game movie out there. Which,
This is-
to be fair, it's a bit of a stretch to be a video game movie because
Tomb Raider is a much better film than this. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Tomb Raider,
yeah,
it's leagues above this.
Look,
This is awful.
I don't know if I'd classify this as a video game movie.
it's
based on a video game.
It's-
loosely based.
When like it's based on a video game in the same way that someone saw a Fast and Furious movie and went, "There's going to be a car in my movie." It's not like
Yeah,
very like. As I said, there's like one only plot point in the game, and it's not. There's the only thing that is. It just angers me so much. No, this is not the best video game movie. Whether it's a video game movie or not, it is one of the worst movies.
Yeah.
It is the worst movie we've reviewed this year, and I say
Yeah.
that having hated Pitch Perfect 3.
yeah, wow.
This is the
there you
worst
go.
I would
movie
agree.
this is the worst
even
movie
Pitch
we've
Perfect
reviewed.
3,
Actually-
even Pitch Perfect 3 was better than this.
This is the worst movie I've ever seen
I
this
do
year, by far.
wonder what Pitch Perfect got on Rotten Tomatoes.
Probably-
Any guesses?
it probably did okay. I'm gonna go with like 74.
I'm gonna go 68.
31.
Ooh,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Good, yeah.
Wow, I thought it was gonna
But
be
also-
surprisingly high.
Skewed by fans, yeah.
Yeah, that's 19% less than
Look, this
Rampage.
film-
Well, we gotta wait. I guess we gotta wait until it's been out for a while.
Yeah, I guess
What
so,
made this film worse was that 2 weeks ago we did Pacific Rim, which is more or less
So
the
much
same,
bigger. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. You know what? Let's head into spoilers because I feel like we're all pretty keen to just rip this to shreds.
Yes.
If
What a load of
you
shit.
haven't seen it, just keep listening. Don't see it.
Nothing,
Don't see it.
nothing we say will spoil anything that you haven't guessed from the trailers. And if
Pretty
you
much.
haven't seen the trailers, nothing we'll say will surprise you from
Yeah.
watching the trailer.
Yeah. All right. Sound the spoiler alarm.
Oh, what a cool sound effect, Angus.
As is tradition, let's start with positives. Anyone got any positives for Rampage? I do have one.
I've got some, but
yeah. I think that the relationship that they first started with George
Yeah.
and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character, I thought that was
it was,
nice.
enjoyable to watch for the first 8 minutes or
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The introduction to George and the introduction to Dwayne and their companionship
Yeah.
started off on a good note,
Yeah.
and then it went down.
I will say that I didn't know this film would be gory. I didn't think there would be any blood or anything like that in the film. And the film
Yeah.
opens by zooming into some dead guy's missing eyeball. I did really like the space.
yeah,
the
yeah,
space
yeah.
shuttle. The start of the space shuttle made me watch it and think, I think this will be a promising film. I liked the introduction to the film in the space shuttle. I thought that got me intrigued, got me excited to think that maybe we're not just going to get the 3 monsters they showed us in the trailer, but maybe we'll get some someone will do some more rodents or something like that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Even the CGI of them floating around the space shuttle was okay. That was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
I didn't mind
space
it.
shuttle stuff was fine.
And they didn't show us too much of the rat. They kept it as a horror thing. That I
Which
thought
was
was great.
good,
I
yeah.
really enjoyed the first intro. And I will say, as much as Jeffrey Dean Morgan just phones it in doing Negan, he's still charismatic. I still enjoy...
I love him as an actor.
I
so
still
much.
love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's just...
He might not have even been phoning it in. That just might be the character, and the direction might have just been like, oh, "Can you play it like this?" And he's
Maybe.
like, okay.
I don't know.
Because
It's...
I haven't actually seen him in The Walking Dead. I haven't watched The Walking Dead, so that character to me was quite new, and I actually didn't mind him as that character. I was like, oh, he's kind of playing like a
charming southern bastard kind of character.
Yeah,
I've liked him in everything.
definitely like a cowboy.
I liked him in
but-
Supernatural. He was in Grey's Anatomy for a while. Really liked him in that.
He's just
Yeah,
he's
right.
one of those really he's an awesome dude as well. If you're ever watching any YouTube interviews and shit like that, he's just a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other positive?
Okay, the forest scene with the wolf, really enjoyed that with Joe Magnamello or Joe
Magnum.
what the fuck's his name?
Manganiello.
Manganiello
Yeah.
We didn't
Joe,
read out who was in this movie.
Good old Joe.
Dwayne
No,
Johnson
we-
is in this movie.
Yeah.
Joe from
You
How I
don't
Met
need to
Your
know
Mother.
who's in this movie.
Yeah. Anyway, bloody
Deathstroke.
I really liked Deathstroke or his.
How I Met Your Mother.
He plays himself in another film. Oh, he's in his Crossbones in Captain America.
I think he's going to be the star of the next Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big D&D fan.
There you go.
Surprised. Can you imagine how pissed off Vin Diesel is that he's not the main character of a Dungeons and Dragons movie? Yeah, okay. So I really liked Joe Magnum Yellow in the forest scene with the wolf. I thought that whole scene done. When I saw that scene,
Yeah, that was a
it
good
was
scene.
done like a horror scene where they kept underestimating it, and you didn't see the wolf entirely. I thought they're not going to overdo it with the CGI.
And you
stuff.
totally thought that Joe was going to make it out and he was going to be the main bad
Yeah.
guy the entire film, always going after the monsters.
It felt very Predator to me, and I'm a huge fan of that franchise. And I was like, this movie made me want another Predator film. They're all like in
A
the
good one?
forest, and they're all a good one. This film made me want a good Predator film.
Broadman, positives?
Positives?
Anything you had?
We're smashing this review.
We really are.
There's nothing to say.
Yeah, you know what? I might not even have to edit this.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Edit it down.
I
a bit.
liked the gorilla in the beginning. I thought that it looked pretty real, and I thought that it had even though it wasn't really like my kind of humor or whatever, there was like humorous parts, and I was like, okay, yeah, if that's the gorilla's gonna do that and it's gonna act a bit like a child or whatever, then it's kind of working with the Rock and everything. I kind of liked all that. That's mainly it.
All right, Broadman, in which case we're going to start with you. What was... obviously there's a lot of things that we disliked. What was the worst thing about
The
this
worst
movie?
thing?
Yeah.
The absolute worst thing about this film is that George never gets any mutations that the other two do.
Right?
Yeah, right?
It just annoyed me, like,
doesn't even
above
get his-
everything else. Like, the crocodile gets, like, horns and has a giant, like, spiked tail like a freaking
The
dinosaur.
wolf flies and
Yeah.
The wolf
shoots
flies,
spikes.
shoots spikes out of its tail, and it has spikes coming out of its spine. And the giant gorilla gets bigger.
The other thing is the
And
giant
it's not
gorilla
even that big.
smaller than the other two.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
really quite small, and it doesn't get any cool mutations.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? I was like, oh, this is the bit where the gorilla's gonna do something cool. And then I was like, oh, this is the bit where the gorilla's gonna do something cool.
I kept expecting, like,
And the
expecting
coolest
something
thing
to
he
happen.
does is eat the bad guy.
And
Which
even then,
isn't
I
like-
hated that scene.
Yeah,
It
he
wasn't-
had never eaten anyone else until that point.
Yeah.
And then he ate that bad guy because of story.
Yeah, yeah.
Angus.
Okay, so I think the absolute worst thing for me was just the dialogue.
Yeah.
It was pandering as shit, and like it was just fucked. Every time the bad guy, the bad chick came on, she just like she didn't have to talk at all.
They
It
were
could have
like-
all been explained.
They were like Team
Better.
Rocket.
Yes,
They were
So-
Team
yeah.
Rocket. Like, they were so cartoon bad guy. It was like from, like, fucking, what is it, Dudley Do-Right? The bad guy in that's super exaggerated. It was like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I can imagine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. The dialogue was horrible and jarring, and they used it in a way to try and progress the story, but it just didn't work. It's the worst way to try and progress a story. The thing that I didn't like with the dialogue for the bad guy was that she wasn't human. Like there was
there's-
nothing like
There's zero depth.
my dad's always been on my back about making it to be the best something, or like she's just
nothing.
bad for being the sake of
Yeah.
like
Evil
for
for
being the sake of
evil's
bad
sake.
guy. Yeah, exactly. And there's just no. It would have been better if she wasn't there.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a face to the corporation or anything, and it's just Dwayne fighting the man. Cane Dogs, the thing you hated the most.
The thing I hated the most didn't happen, and that's why I hate it. Because the only thing that could have saved this movie for me...
Is if Dwayne got big?
Yeah, that's it. All I wanted is...
I was waiting for it the entire time, too.
All I wanted is, because this film was so dumb,
Yeah.
I wanted it to double down and be like, alright, the only way Dwayne Johnson's gonna fight these fucking things is if he goes and finds the canister. I really wanted him, he's in the building and he's searching through it, he finds the canister, he pockets it, the girl leaves and he's like, me and George are gonna stay behind and fight him, and he picks up a fucking grenade launcher, and I'm like, mate, what's your plan? And then I was like, please tell me they didn't put it in the trailers and they finally did something fucking right. I would have loved the film if this had happened. If he picked up a canister, snaps it over his knee, breathes it in, and we got like Power Ranger Zoid style, giant Dwayne The Rock Johnson, building size,
Yeah.
fighting a wolf and a fucking crocodile alongside his giant gorilla.
See, that would have
That
been...
would have been the
Yeah.
greatest thing of all time. It would have been the meme-worthiest meme ever
Yeah.
made.
It would have been,
been
dumb,
so good.
but it would have made the movie better.
Yeah.
It would have been like, this film was so dumb, but they didn't really acknowledge that they knew that it was dumb.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
they did
yeah.
that, it would have solidified that they knew what this film was, and they were happy to just be dumb, and we would have gotten, like, who doesn't want to see fucking a 40-foot Dwayne Johnson kicking over a building?
Yeah.
Fucking Pacific Rim style. It'd just be so good. Wouldn't it be the greatest?
Doing some awesome wrestling moves
Yeah.
on the other
It'd
creatures
just
and
be
stuff. Tag teaming with
Yeah,
the gorilla and
just
stuff.
taps the elbow and
Yeah.
then, like,
It'd
body
just-
smashes.
It'd just be the greatest, and the fact that they didn't do it is the worst, is the biggest crime ever committed in
Yeah.
cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst thing, is
Fair.
that they didn't do giant Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Say that 10 times fast.
Giant
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
No.
Joe, no.
Alright, normal.
Yeah, I guess we just rip into it. Like, we've got ages.
Yeah, might as well smash it.
Yeah.
Negatives that aren't specifically that. What else have we got?
What else we got? The fact that whoever the guy you were talking about, the cowboy fella, was from some
Jeffrey
government
Morgan.
agency, and there was banter between the government agency guy and banter between the army guy, and you're never really sure who's in charge. Why is that there?
Yeah.
What does that fulfill? The thing that the CGI that really got me the CGI that I was like, this is horrible, was when they're just before the wolf in the woods scene, they get into a helicopter and the helicopter just goes off into the distance but stays really close to the ground, and the helicopter's CGI. I'm like, why? Why
a helicopter?
Just exactly. I mean, Shutterstock probably has a video of a helicopter flying.
Yeah.
Like, just use that. Why CGI? Like,
in the game, the only real story aspect we have is that
I feel like we've played this game together.
yeah, we
John.
have.
Have
When you run out of health, you turn into a little person, and that like the only thing we know then, and it's even got like little bios of who the person is before they turn into the creature.
Yeah.
Which means we know that in the game, they're people that have been affected to turn into monsters.
Does that mean there's a person named Ralph?
Yeah.
Who names their kid Ralph?
Someone in the fucking 80s, I guess. But anyway, Ralph.
He's smacking on the name Ralph for no apparent reason.
Sorry.
I don't. Is Ralph a common name?
It's in
I just-
it's in The Simpsons.
I just feel like it's like a.
I mean, maybe not in Australia.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anyone named Ralph.
No.
Maybe it's more an American thing.
Here's another film trope I'm sick of seeing in films, and it's in so many. Army general that for some reason is content on nuking whatever city they have to save.
Yeah.
I was so sick of like someone came in and like a CSI agent was like, you need to listen to these two people. They are the best chance at saving the world. And he was like, nah, I'm nuking it.
To be fair, though, I kind of agree with him. Two random ass people he's never met before, doesn't know whatever. One of them who's been in prison for the past 15 months. The other is a guy who works at a zoo.
Obviously on steroids.
Doesn't matter if
And he's like, we're going to shoot the hell out of him. He's like, no, don't do that. And it's like, who are you? Why are you here? How did you get past our security? It's like, that's a question from Brody, by the way. How did they just walk past all of the security to get into that?
The other problem that I have with this film is for the majority of the time they're in the city, the three creatures are getting like absolutely smashed with bullet fire and bombs and grenades and tanks and all of that shit. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then later in the film, Dwayne The Rock Johnson says he's going to stay back and fight. He picks up a grenade launcher.
Yeah. You're like,
Mate.
well, yeah.
What a dumb son of a bitch. I'm so sick of... Here's what I hate.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, love him. Charismatic, easy on the eyes, good actor when he wants to be, can do his own stunts, probably. Most people
you'd
love
say
him
so.
in films. Stop wasting him in shit films. I said this, I think, in our first ever podcast. If we see him in a shit movie more often than we see him in a good movie, we'll stop seeing him in movies altogether.
He should be the next Captain America.
No. He's going to be Black Adam in a DC film. Good luck
Do you
to him.
reckon?
I'd love to see him in a Marvel film.
Do you reckon?
Black
I
Adam.
don't know. He's literally the exact comic physique of a superhero, and he's not in a
Yeah.
superhero
Yeah.
film yet.
Yeah.
But just stop putting him in.
He
these
should be the next
shit-
Green Lantern.
Stop putting him in these shit films. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get Dwayne The Rock Johnson, put him in a good movie so that we can keep seeing him.
Put him
good
in a
movies.
buddy cop movie with John Cena. We all want to see it.
Some of the shit that made it into this movie, some of the conversations that made it into this movie. How about the joke about a guy thinking that he was going to be murdered by another gorilla at the very start?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How about the other joke where...
never-
Characters that we don't see ever again for the rest of the film,
Yeah.
by the way.
How about another
Yeah.
joke where a girl's like, hey, how about...
You
Like,
show me some submission
show me
techniques.
some submission techniques. And he's like, nah, I'm busy, mate.
Yeah.
And then his
I'm gonna
friend's
go
like...
see my dog.
And his friend's like...
Which we never see in the film.
And his friend's
Also, who's
like...
taking care of his dog while Dwayne Rock Johnson's doing
Yeah.
all this shit? What a poor dog.
And then his friend's just like...
Hashtag, what about the dog?
Stars. Get that trending.
The other thing I'm fucking sick of is him being a mercenary in every film.
Yeah.
The next film that comes out, he's an ex-fucking CSI agent who lost a leg in a war, and now he's
At least make him a cop. Just like something,
No!
something other than special forces.
him being special forces never comes into it in this movie at all, except he kind of knows how to
he
use
shoots a grenade launcher.
But that's fucking useless anyway. Just say that since he doesn't talk to people, he spends all his time at the gym. Just do that. I'm sick of
yeah,
it.
fair enough.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson in real life is that big and he's not an ex-merc. Stop telling me that he has to be an ex-merc to be that big.
You could have just made him an
That we
ex-wrestler.
know of.
Here's another thing! The bad guy's plan. Fucking balls.
Oh yeah, they're going to be used as like weapons for war.
They're
or
like,
something?
alright, now the creatures exist. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna draw them to the city, specifically the building we're standing in, and we'll wait for them to get here. We won't leave. We'll make them want to come and destroy this particular building, and then when the army destroys them, even though we know full well that they've got...
Undestroyed, yeah.
They're undestroyable, they've got fucking regenerative abilities and shit. They're like, once the government destroys them, we'll go out, we'll take a bit of their DNA, we'll sell it on the black market. Now, unless you get all of their DNA at once, everybody's fucking got that DNA. Once they get destroyed, everybody run out and fucking chuck a syringe in that wants it. Who on the black market?
Everyone's going to run out with their syringes. You know how everyone keeps syringes?
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
just like we're all going to run out with their syringes.
When I see a massive monster in the street that's dead, I'm like, oh,
Ah.
get me some of that.
Good thing I brought my syringe.
Who on the black market that's willing to pay $30 billion when they find out these creatures are in the city and they've been killed isn't just going to fly over there? At the end of this film, after George has killed millions of people,
Yeah.
once he's a good
Eating
guy,
someone.
the credits start coming up, and you both will have seen this, and once I remind you of it, you'll fucking roll your eyes. George helps people down from a building
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
his hands.
and they just go, okay.
They all just hop
jump
in,
in
like,
his
this
hand.
is
They're
a
fine with
creature
that.
that's like, they don't know what's happening, but George just holds out his hand and starts...
It's like such a walk off into the sunset
How
kind
good
of
would
thing.
it have been
But it's not.
if that person jumped on his hand and he fucking ate them?
Got him.
And Dwayne was like, no! Bad
Bad
George.
George.
Should we do shit?
Look, I'm gonna call it there. I think
Yeah, look.
there's we could
I'm gonna call
my
it
we
head
could probably
hurts.
go there, and I think we could. I've forgotten most of the film already,
Yeah.
so
It's
The
like,
more
it's
I remember, the
seriously,
more I have to yell about.
On a rating of like 1 to 10, it's trash.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolute rubbish. I guess that's our closing thoughts then. Absolute
I'm
rubbish.
so sorry, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne, you just missed the nail
And Negan.
altogether.
I'm sorry, Negan.
Sorry, Negan, yeah.
But get excited, guys, because next week we will be reviewing Infinity War.
Bum, bum,
That'll be
bum,
so
bum,
good.
bum,
And
bum.
I feel like we're going to have a lot more positives than this week.
That could be... We
I don't
might
know.
even make that a slightly extended podcast.
I'm pretty sure I can find the negatives in anything.
All right,
It's
yeah.
my superpower.
Maybe if you're listening to this podcast, we run our podcast for half an hour. If you are keen to hear a bit more for Avengers Infinity War, let us know.
Please let us know. Look, there's
Which
no
means-
way for us to know if you're listening unless you let
Yeah.
us know. It's
If-
really
if-
disconcerting.
So if there's one person that says, yeah, all right, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
we'll
You
do
have the
it.
deciding vote.
That's it.
Yep.
Cane dogs.
Do we have a closing thing to do?
That's what I was going to ask you. That's your thing.
Okay, if you could pick one animal to, like, teach sign language and then genetically enhance, what animal would you like to... That's about as dumb as the movie, so...
One.
Well, that's a
Okay, so it has
great
to be an
question.
animal that you don't.
It's an animal that you trust. You're not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, giant squid.
Yeah,
Like-
or a cat, because
They'll just-
they'll
yeah,
turn on you.
they'll turn immediately.
turn on
Well,
you.
if we're genetically
All the milk in the world
enhancing
will be
it,
gone.
we can make it more docile, right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
then
mean,
I'll choose like a.
There
fucking
were very
Yeah.
few. There were very few rules to this.
I would love like a tiger friend.
a tiger friend.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait,
so
giant tiger.
you're mixing a tiger with a friend, and you put them.
Yeah, basically, it's basically a tiger that doesn't
Who-
eat or kill me.
Who out of me and Jordan would you morph with the tiger?
I want to genetically enhance Angus.
Yeah, I think I would make Angus the tiger.
I'd be
No,
Yeah.
I want to be morphed with the tiger. I just want to genetically enhance Angus as a person. He's the animal I'm picking to be friend and then genetically enhance.
What are these genetic enhancements?
What enhancements?
You'd be bigger.
Where?
Just your arms. They just need some
So your ideal Angus is Angus that went to the gym more.
Yeah.
slightly musclier Angus,
I mean, I could probably try that.
and your beard would shoot spikes or something. I don't know.
Your beard-
No, you know what? You'd
Jesus
have
Christ.
control over your beard.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
you
have
could-
a fist under my beard that
Wait,
just
does it
comes out.
extend out
that
so you can just
just
chin people?
punches
like the
people.
alien
Yeah.
jaw.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that'd be the
fantastic.
best fist bump.
Hey, bro, man. You
Yeah?
know what you just listened to?
I think I do, but why don't you remind me?
The Film Slice Podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a good podcast.
Bloody great. You can reach us on Twitter at film_slice_pod or on Instagram at film/pod.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, bloody
that's
great.
lovely.
Buddy, we're releasing colouring books. and-
Jordan, can you please not?